Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the next edition of Project in the Zabberg Creations shop, also known as the Garage. And also welcome to my special assistant today, Stormie Sky. She's obviously the troublemaker in the family and the one that causes all the problems on my workbench. She's awesome. All right, so today I'm going to take this cedar picket that I got at Lowe's. Look at this amazing grain. I ran this through my planer. If you do not have a planer, you can sand it till it's smooth. So I'm going to take this picket, I'm going to cut it down, and I'm going to show you how to make this amazing box. All right, it's pretty cool. We're going to finish it later and put some hinges in it. This box is 9.5 inches across, 4 3/4 inches deep, and about 2.5 inches tall. So what I'm going to need to do is cut some pieces, 2 at 9.5 by 2.5, and 2 at 3 3/4 by 2.5. And because it gets loud and it's kind of mundane, I'm not going to show you the cutting of these pieces. So I'll be back when that's done. Okay, I'm back. Here I have my 4 pieces. So I'm just going to set them up and see how it looks. We're just going to do butt joints like so. Kind of want to try to keep this white running through the top so it kind of looks uniform, like so. Again, there are no set dimensions on this project. I chose these sizes so that I could use what's left of this picket for the lid and the bottom. Measuring the bottom should be fairly simple. Should be 3 3/4 inches wide, and if I mathed right, 8.5 inches. I like to have the bottom cut out so that I put it together in one piece. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and then we'll start gluing and nailing this thing up. Okay, well, due to some technical difficulties, also known as operator error, the filming of the glue up did not happen. But I will tell you what I did. First of all, I took the smoothest side of the bottom and I put it inside. Then I glued all the butt joints all the way around and the bottom. And I took my nail gun and shot nails into the corner and then clamped it for a little extra pressure. Squeeze some glue out and just make it a little snugger, make those joints a little snugger. And remember, if you don't have a nail gun like this, or any kind of nail gun at all, you definitely can do this project with just wood glue and clamps. It'll just take a little bit longer to set up so that you can actually start working with it. So when this is dry, we're going to move on to sanding it and finishing it. So stick around. Okay, while we're waiting for the glue to set on the other box, we're going to go ahead and finish this one box that's already been made. I'm not going to put any polyurethane on the inside of this box because I want it to retain that amazing cedar smell. It's amazing. And I'm also not going to put anything on the inside of the lid. Same reason. Normally I wouldn't put anything on this box lid at all until we wood burnt it, but we're not going to wood burn on this one. We're just going to do a solid plain box. All right. Couple things. What I'm going to use is Minwax polyacrylic. This is a clear satin, and it is water-based, so easy cleanup. And also, what I have discovered over the years, the best way to hold your project up and off your work surface, piece of tents. They work amazingly. You can buy them, and they work great. So I'm going to take this foam brush, and this first coat, I will do 2 coats. The first coat is just going to soak it up. And it's going to look amazing. So we're just going to do this all the way around the box. Again, I'll come back later and I will definitely do a second coat. It dries really quick because it's water-based. And because it's water-based, super easy to clean up. You can see how it's changing colors. You're getting some more vibrant reds out of it. Just gonna cover it up. Get a nice coat on it. And we'll be back when this is dry and I'll show you the next step. Okay, let's move on. It's been about an hour and the first coat of polyurethane on this lid and box is dry. Still kind of rough. So what I like to do is take 00 steel wool and just knock off the edges, knock off the rough, make it smooth, and then I'll wipe that down and I'll go on and put another coat on. And also this is where you can see if you have any runs or drips, you can kind of work them out. Sometimes you drop the steel wool. But doing this in between your coats of finish will improve your finish tremendously. It'll give you a nice smooth surface when you're completely done. Again, like I said, I'm going to finish wiping this down with this 00 steel wool and apply a second coat. And we'll be back when that's done. Hey, let's see how this box turned out. I've already pulled the clamps and it looks pretty good. There's a lot of gaps. That is how I do things around here. And there's some nail holes. So here's my bit of advice for you when you're doing this. Take some glue, fill these nail holes and any gaps. And then as you're sanding, the sawdust from the sanding will fill these holes and make them almost unnoticeable. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few of those and let them start drying. I want them to just be a little tacky before I start sanding. But again, it should fill in most of the gaps in the nail holes to the point where you probably won't notice them. All right, so I got two sides done. I'm going to pause this for a second, but before I do, remember, we're working with cedar and it's what? Toxic. So always wear a mask of some sort, respirator, and safety glasses, all right? So let me go ahead and gear up, get the sander ready, and then we're going to start sanding. All right. There we have it. We are done sanding all sides of this box, and I have to say it turned out beautifully. Personal preference, I like to knock the edges off. I don't like any sharp edges on anything that I build. And we've also sanded the lid. We are going to eventually finish this after we wood burn on it. Stick around though, we are going to put the hinges and a latch on the other one we just finished. All right, so hang on. Okay, let's wrap this project up. I've taken the lid of the box, taped them together with painter's tape because it won't stick. And that way everything is held in place. I've got these little hinges that I got from the hobby store. I think it's 99 cents per two. I also have these little latches. I've taken my T-square, I put it up here to the edge of the box, like so, and put my hinges there. Then I've taken the pointer that's in the bottom of the T-square, and I used it to mark my holes. Now I'm just going to take these little bitty screws, got the old lady glasses on, and we're just going to screw these in. We're in two hinges. This wood is soft enough that you shouldn't need to do pre-drill. Should be fine. All right, so we're going to finish up the hinges and then we'll get back to the front. Okay, hinges are done. Flip to the front. This box is a little over 9.5 inches, so I've marked it right in the middle. You won't see that mark once we finish this. I'm going to put the catch and the little latch on here, like so, making sure everything lines up nice and neat. Right in the center, or close to it. We're going to take our marker that we used before, poke the holes, in the lid and the box. We're going to screw them in. Simple as that. So let me finish this and then I'll show you the results. Hang on. Let's wrap this project up. Here's our finished box. Set of hinges. Got this cute little latch. Got a nice clear coat on it. Left the inside raw cedar. Smells amazing. This little box got some personality, some character. Look at the knots. Look at the grain on this box. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This will be a great gift for a family member, friend, or you might find this box over at the Hidden Gem store in Greeley, Colorado. You never know. Here's our unfinished box. This will get wood burned on top. It'll get a clear coat. It'll get a set of hinges and a latch. And then this will probably go over to the Hidden Gem store too. But I want to point out the character and the personality of this box. Look at these knots. Look at this grain. This is going to be beautiful when it's done. Absolutely beautiful. I digress. Hey, I want to thank everybody for following me and watching this video to the very end. This is a brand new adventure for us, especially for me, showing people what I do in the shop when I'm out here puttering around, making stuff. And it's also been kind of an interesting experience getting used to hearing my own voice. It's a little weird. If you have a project you want me to take on, shoot me a comment. I'll be more than happy to try it. We can work through it together. But thanks for watching, and I appreciate everybody. Stay tuned for more projects from the Zabberg Creation Workshop, also known as the Garage.